Hello, thanks for joining us. We're here in Andorra for the 94 Trails of the Nations, and here we are in a beautiful area, as you can see behind me, at the world's largest shooting range. And another little thing we've heard is that if Spain don't win here tomorrow, which is home territory for them, in fact they are up for next week's firing line. So we're going to take a quick look at the scrutineering now, so come and join us. Joining Don Murray here in the Australian camp, this year running a full team of 4 members. How do you fancy your chances, Don?
Oh yeah, we've been here for a week now, so we're pretty well settled in. We've had the place to ourselves for about 5 or 6 days until all the other nations rolled in yesterday. They sort of come straight up the practice area. They saw us riding, so they whipped straight back and got on their bikes, of course. Got up there when they realised we meant business. So yeah, we settled in. It's the first time we've had a full squad here. We've got 4 really good riders. They're all really keen. We've got the bikes sorted out. We've been doing a bit of riding. Yeah, so we're quite confident of having a good result.
How do you fancy your chances this year, Steve?
I think the team's definitely got a very, very good chance. It's one of the strongest we've ever had, if not the strongest. And all the sections suit our boys, you know, especially the river section. Very, very straightforward and typically English. No, I really do think we can do the business here. Just fingers crossed.
We're here now with our longest serving member of the British team, Mr. Steve Saunders. 4th last year overall in the actual event in Ireland. How do you fancy your chances this year?
I think the team itself's got a very, very good chance. You know, it's after the performances from the World Championship with Dougie, you know, finishing well up in the World Championship. Collie wasn't too bad. If only Collie can get his head in gear tomorrow, then we'll certainly have a very good chance. Obviously, Graham's doing well in the European Championships as well. You know, I'm probably, well, I am the oldest member by a long shot, but I'm not riding too bad in Britain, so hopefully I can have a decent ride around here tomorrow as well. And with beautiful people around like Woody, you know, you've got to try your best, haven't you?
And do you think we can go for a 2nd place or even the win tomorrow?
I think we can go for a win. I mean, obviously it's going to be very, very difficult to beat Spain. You know, especially here. I mean, you know, we're only 20 kilometres away from Spain, up in Andorra. So, you know, it's going to be very difficult to beat them. And the sections, I think, are going to be fairly hard as well. So that's obviously going to go in the Spanish's advantage. So all we can do really is try our best. But certainly we've got to be looking at a top 3 position with the results that the boys have had in the World and Europeans this year.
So after all the pre-event hype for this year's TDN, we're on to the big day itself with our team members there just going up to the starting line. The team this year, headed by Steve Saunders, who's been in it for many years, Graham Jarvis, Dougie Lampkin and Steve Colley. And they'll be hoping to repeat their last year's 2nd place, if not go the one better. This is the 8th annual running of the TDN, and for the last 3 years has been won by the almighty Spaniards. It was first won back in '87 by the Italians and then followed on with the French. So the British boys yet to win, so fingers crossed this time. Here we are, straight on with the action. Steve Colley, our first team member to go on this actual hazard, making light work of it. We'd stood there and watched lots of teams go through prior to him, and no one making it up that climb. So the boys already flowing. Loads of British helpers there. You can see Dougie's brother, Harry, just guiding Steve back into place. And that paying off. Great start. Our next team man, Graham Jarvis, first time in the TDN. Just getting a little bit crossed up and having to shut off. Taking a hefty one there. And the observer there looking at his mate, doesn't know what to give him. You keep looking that direction, mate, you'll be all right. Still trying to make up his mind. I'll just let you into a little secret. We were cheering and shouting that much. I think we changed the observer's decision and he got away with the one. Dougie, been on a bit of a roll this year. Won everything in British trials. Done the whole Grand Slam. He'll be hoping to add this one to his name as well. I think you'll all agree, Britain running a very, very strong team at this year's event. With the old maestro still to come, Steve Saunders, things are looking good. Nice and easy. Beautiful scenery here, up in the mountains in Andorra. Here is that man himself. Steve on a borrowed bike from the gas factory. Still getting used to it. Great to see these team events when all the riders are working together. You can see Steve and Dougie there, going to help Mr. Saunders back into place. I think they should be teaching him some trick riding as well. This actual section probably being the most difficult they've come to so far. And as you can see by the observer down in the background, on quite a steep hill. So making setting off all the more difficult. Dougie there just going to check the line out. I think he's aiming now, fair rock step. And as you can see, very, very steep, because Steve there's fighting to keep the front wheel down. Go on, keep on it. Until the British team had arrived, not many had got out of this one. Peter Yan there from the Finnish team, just showing you how difficult it really is. On to the next section, the French team with Bruno. Very grippy hazards. Taking a bit of a slack one there, 2. Looking good for the British team. Thierry Michaud. He must have been in the French team for a few years now. This was quite an easy hazard, but the French lot making hard work of it. Falling in the same hole as Bruno. And the Fantic getting well and truly wedged in there. Followed closely by the Italians. Piero Sembanini. And Piero there just showing you how it should be done. In fact, the Italians had a great battle with the British throughout the day. Ever consistent Donato Miglio, taking another easy clean on this sort of going is quite unbeatable. And the wild man of the team, Diego Bosses. No problems. On to another hazard. Graham, flat out fourth gear. Bit of a Scottish section, this one. You only had to hit one small rock wrong, and it was sure to be a 5. And the almighty Spanish team members here. This one, Mark Colombe. Missed the last couple of World Championships through injury. He was back hoping for a good performance here. Taking his time. Don't do anything stupid. He's been in the Spanish team. It's very easy to be the non-scoring member with so many good riders in it. But he means business. So does this man as usual, JT. Still one of the crowd's favourites. The gas boss there just relaying the scores back, telling them what they've got to do. And back on with Steve Saunders taking a nice floating one. And at this stage in the event looking quite tired because of the heat and the high altitude. Next section, Steve Colley making a bit of a horrendous crash. Caught his finger, I think, on the rock. And nice to see the other team there, Minders, coming in to give him a hand. This actual section was roughly the same as they had in the World Championship the year before. And then taking lots of marks. Never one to give up. Steve going on to ride the rest of the section. Dougie was having a good ride again today. Lovely balance there. Just getting that little bit wrong. You can see Mark there looking back, just sussing it up for the next lap. This section's still not over. Still a fair few tricky parts left. Doug cruising up there though. That was me on top of the rock, trying to help as much as I can. Graham, for his first ride in the TDN, was putting in a great performance. That man Sembanini again. Taking a bit of a wobbly one. This being the same as the World Championship, with only 3 minutes allowed per section. Diego there, fighting every inch of the way, knowing that every mark lost is vital. First time in the Spanish team for this man, Angel Garcia. Had some mega performances throughout the year and would well deserved his place. Just shows you how strong their team is when people like Amos Bilbao can't even make it. He's trying his damnedest. Wampon's here, taking a lovely ride, and he was really flying today and was going to take the overall win. I think next year in the World Championships, this man could be a great threat. Taking his time as usual. Never rushes things. And on to that man with number 1 on his chest, JT. Taking an excellent ride there. So for the 3rd year running, the Italians taking 3rd place, much to their dislike. And equaling their best performance, the British men of Graham Jarvis, Steve Saunders, Steve Colley and Dougie Lampkin in a great runner-up position. Well done, boys. And once again, the Spanish taking that very impressive victory. We'll have them next year.